morning, my people. How are you today? Let me hope you're doing well today. It's the question Friday. Yesterday I did a video about TIN numbers and the areas you get. If, for example, you don't file returns. Water filing a returns, water filing a returns, you actually get penalized. You guys are late. Muchirabantu you are late. Muchirabantu you already koloro. Muchirabantu you are late. But how are you? So all the questions I've not been answering during the week, I can answer them today. And if I can't answer them today, there is a person that has knowledge here to answer them. Aba ichechigenda manse kolulu. Amamoroka anga manje atesi mapya gokka wano ku airstrip waliwo ne moroka enkadde. And you guys, did you hear that for the guys that want to change particulars on your national ID, bayongeza lulimba de musasobe emitwalo 5. Now you're going to be paying 300,000 shillings. With the new amendments. Kati kitegeeza. Recently someone at my office went and changed her particulars. National ID bali bawandikako erinnya fu n'agenda n'alikyusa yasasola ekizike kyokka yasasola kizike teyawaayo yadde enguzi, and somehow things moved and like a month national ID yali ekomyewo. I find that it was purely luck that she did that, because right now she would have to pay 300,000 to get that done. So and I'm thinking chigenda bachitandika starting July. So if you're changing particulars on your national ID, oyagala obikyusa, this is the time to do it. Osobola okugenda ku rate enkadde kitegeera. But if it gets into play, then starting July 1st, bagenda bakucharging emitwalo 3. You should hurry if you want to do that. And of course there were amendments in dala ezaze ku musoro. I just have to study them, then probably we can update ourselves as I get a tax expert to come atatubuulira engeri ki gy'obikola muligale n'obanga obikoze naye nga tebategedde nti obikoze, because abagezi bo balina engeri gye babikola naye nga mwasuze stede mundabye bwe nakedde olwaleero. Nze ngamba abantu abasomesa abaana mu national schools balina ssente, kubanga you see why we don't have jam, it's because abaana bali mu holiday. Kitegeeze moroka mpitirivu nnyo zibeera ku kkubo during term days. Abaana nga basoma emoroka zibeera ku bbala nga nnyingi, jamu najja nti oba tolina wooyita, but olutuuka mu holiday bwe muti jamu ng'akendeera. So you can go ahead and ask your questions. Zona today is question Friday. You can even ask about relationships, you can even ask about anything. Yeah, just ask your question. Ebirala bira obitulekere fa abaddamu naye nga mwasuze bulungi. Engeri gye tukedde naye kambayiseeko ewalala gye tubadde tetuyita katuyiteko ewalala. Ebibuuzo ngenda biddamu byonna. First enjoy the view. Parliament. Those are the new buildings of Parliament. Ow. And then the National Theatre. theater is down there. You can't see the building. Efumu walalira mu mutima gwange sitoba you make my life easy topapala eromba nambuza kibuga kati. For the guys that have never gotten permits, that is the place that's where you're going to come and get your driving permit, and that place is very efficient. Because you can go Kastora and Gawasa Sude, you sit in that place. And then, of course, this now the railway station. Abarinya train. It's I think it's 2,000 shillings. That's the Uganda Railways Corporation. Kunasa Road. I just remembered I need to buy some envelopes. Do I have enough money for that? But I just remembered that. So this is Nasa Road for the people that have never been to town. Bantonio, ababereri mukyale kawempe. This is Nasa Road. Nebe ngulako envelope ngate bana kula. Yewe papa. Envelope zine white nguza make pack. Kibaye nyanga. Ngira gula pack atano. Pack atano. Wali mass wali watudde bali apa ngula envelope nayo baramugula ndio nagala kunguza 15 sinza zigula 15 mpaka peni. Yeah, it's 4,000 one kula. Baba jebali njagala pack ya envelopes za white za printing ako, the small ones, the normal ones. Yoge na kunguza mekana tona zijjayo. That's nyatwala pack time. Yes, kiroze ko. Kandabe. How much is that? How much is that? 4, 4, 8, 4, 4, 16, 20. So, how did you sleep, my guys? No, I've not muted. I muted for some time now. It's not muted. Mumpulira banange. I have my personal cars, 2 of them. One is a drone, of which I paid PMO. Do I have any other tax to pay? No, if it's private, you don't. Abavuga taxi, basasula income tax for those they are chigegeze. Negwe muroko vuga iyo, as long as it's tax or inaya private. Zina printing ako bulungi, just katira mu printer. Dali wewe. Mura baba yayi bagala kunziba. Kare guys, it's question Friday. Let's ask our questions. We have them answered in Nasa Road. But then there is a trick abantu gye batamanyi wano ku Nasa Road. Naba traffic bakolerawo nnyo sente. If you drive along Nasa Road nga bonda banevuga kangene ntuke nali kyamidde wano ne kantuke eri nkabalage. Ayino mulaba street eno eriko n'obupandira bwa no motorcycles allowed. Naye boda zizo ziparkinze. Asajja boda tebasinika manyi. So anyway, waliwo trick wano bw'oba ovuga ng'oli ku Nasa Road and you come from this way, you're going to get the temptation of wanting to go up on Entebbe Road or Derim Bitala waggulu. It's not allowed. As a matter of fact, abantu waliwo akapande kuba bakateekako sticker simanyi oba traffic bakikola, but it looks like akapande kali awo makatikati kagamba no right turn. Okitegeera kakali nkalabye ka bulu kakugamba no right turn, kali wali kagamba you're supposed to only make left turns. Okitegeera kali wali makati wali ka bulu But olaba kati oli wa Costa kyakola, it's wrong, it's not allowed. Era aba traffic babeerawo wali waggulu opposite Centenary, I don't know if Centenary is still there. Babeerawo wali nga baswamye bakulina ne bakuba omukono. Kati olaba nga kana akapande ke tutunuddemu, I don't know if you guys are seeing that kapande there, the yellow one. It's showing you that you're only supposed to take a right turn. If you take a left turn, it's wrong. You'll be fined. About reckless driving. Yeah. So about not following road signs, whatever they define it in their rule book. So katiawa want one trick. So you're supposed to actually make a turn or you turn or komeo kuline kubuli baita Nkuruma road. Ochitegeera. Okomeo ku Nkuruma road. Then oyambukire wano, because even this car road doesn't go up, kanuna tekambuka. So obo inokoma ku Nkuruma road no yambukira wano ku Cham Towers. Kiraba no lyoko dali ku Kampala road. Kitegeera. Aha, what? Kati wano obo osobola okwambuka. Ojirabye trick eri ku Nasa road, I'm sure bobaga tebakwatanga ko babadde bagenda kukwata. Nze nange bali bankuteka akapande kali in a very funny place, you can easily miss it. But that's how you're supposed to drive there. Nabagambye lero ngenda balambuzaako ebife ebirala. Question Friday, someone is saying why are Alphards not expensive anymore? What do you mean not expensive? Because if a car in the bond webeera mpya million asatu mu musanvu nga bakuguza UBA million 18, that's not cheap. That's actually expensive. But apparently there are cars that you people expect to be too expensive, which is not the case. So if a car is bought at about 36, umwana mulabi bwalina boat room, it's about 36 in the bond, or 37 when you're buying like a UB2 right now, and they are selling you a USZ at 17 million. That's not cheap, because you're selling you a car that is old at half the price of a car that is new. But it depends what you call cheap or inexpensive, because if it's just the mindset. Like I had someone telling me that those new Subarus, but now they are cheap. Who told you they are cheap? Someone is selling you an accident Subaru at a price that it's worth. And somehow, because in your head it's there that, oh, that car is still new, it should be expensive, you think it's cheap. And I find that that's how many people make a lot of mistakes. They go and buy bad cars. Yeah, they buy bad cars because, oh my God, I didn't expect it to be this affordable. So when you're buying a car, I've been telling you guys from time to time, stop being excited. Excitement kills, excitement can kill. And somehow, some people have been saved by the Holy Spirit. Which take it, they have been saved by the Holy Spirit. He gets excited, and somehow the ancestors work with him. Satan is ganira mu banka, over network never, and they are unable to buy that car they are excited about. Like I find people saying Mark X's are cheap. Cheap where? Do you know how much Mark X is being sold in the bond? Like that particular Mark X, I found someone that bought that Mark X. Do you know what it means to buy that car 38 million? That one, 38 million. Nenga hii ajigule million asatu mumu nana. Not that particular one, but the Mark X of that model. Million asatu mumu nana. Oboguze bubi nnyo. Oboguze bubi nnyo bakogenewe million munana kukumi. Naye because that person did not know, kati bajana asanga batunda UBA a million, let's say 18. Because it's a nice car. But being a nice car doesn't mean its value is high. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Being a nice car doesn't mean you should buy it expensively. Which take it. No. It doesn't mean you should buy it expensively. Do we have anyone here nga mukugu mu byobuwangwa n'ennono? Baba Buuza, waliwo amanyi ebyobuwangwa n'ennono? Bw'oba wooli Antonio akuwa akatali akuwa omulimu essaawa eno. Bana ngenda babuuzaako, sina babuuzaako because I haven't gotten the time to actually look at the screen, but yeah, I'm going to say hi. Eri wansi tuyiseeyo nnyo, leero katuyite wano waggulu bwe tuti. When you kiss me, Question Friday, my people. It's a Question Friday. Kakati, what will someone asked me, can I close my tin? Why the tin is very important for us that buy cars is because you cannot have a car in your names unless you have a tin. But you need to be very careful as you open the tin. For starters, let me make this absolutely clear. It is very, very, very hard okusanga omuntu nagula emotoka nga talina capacity esasula government musolo income tax. At least once in a while. This year osobola okusasula, next year notasasula, because sometimes things don't work out. This year osasula, next year otasasula, it might be okay. So but omuntu yenna, someone was asking, there's a comment I saw on my TikTok where someone was saying, just ngula yakatakataka mutaka murundi gumu and then you are expect me to pay tax. Poor people don't buy land. Poor people don't buy land. Abantu abavu bali mizigo bapangisa ate balina yadde kaplot talina yadde kaplot kalambula. The moment you're able to buy land with that title land, what title land is about 10 million and above. The moment you can spend 10 million to buy title land and even transfer it to your names, obo ina send is also work government at least once a year. Chitegeza, you have some disposable income, and that disposable income, that's what your tax says. Now, for the guys that don't know, income tax, income tax is not taxed on your income. Income tax is taxed on your take home, the profits, the profits that the money you keep after you have spent everything you need to spend on yourself. And that means after you have spent Papa wasuzotia sokoje ono mwana jagala omuntu ali ku motoka za toro kuba badde agamba new taxi park naye nga ndaba ayinza okugenda mu taxi park tebamukolako emikolo ngenda kuwangoze okomawo osubira komawo sorry but be strong, that's what you have to be now. Ziteke mu nsawo eri wala nnyo nzijjayo ng'oli ku baasi. Bw'okomawo gye ndi waggulu ewange kale guys bambi oyo midi wange yafiiriddwa sister we. It's really sad. Now somehow there are things I have not really related to. I've lost people. My parents died when I was 2 years. Then an auntie of mine that had taken started taking care of me Nafa when I was in P6, but somehow I've not yet gotten around to connect with the concept of loss. That I can tell you I have not, but omwana bambi yakabye ekiro kyonna twazeeyo wako ekulunga akaaba n'akaaba ekiro kyonna. Yeah, but she has gone to bury. But normally when those girls were bagenda tebatera kukomawo. That's why I was asking how no komawo, because I find that over the lose hope when bagenda okuziika they bagenda are losing a hope naga kati nzira yokukolera ki somehow tebatera kudda. But I am praying for her. Then abali tamanyi park kijja agendamu ngata yagambye amanyi okwetwala. Majority of the time baba tebamanyi. That's why I got high border amutwale. So guys, it's Question Friday. Let me read some questions. Muna bwenkedde okutuuka ku mulimu. Antonio Random Things, good morning. Africa Karota Mgalasi Joshua Mix Farm Muyombia Mark Joseph Barikudembe Golden Bears Naguru Netball Academy Tusime Eddie Hashim Nathan Travel Life Vlog Vini Katz Joseph Barikudembe Paul Sema Kutotsi Nicholas and Nicholas, Alphard is not cheap. It's not inexpensive. It's actually it's priced at the right price. It's priced at the price that it's supposed to be at. Saith Kagaba, good morning. SPK Driving School, good morning. Sebu Gwao Medi. I saw a Toyota Prius hybrid. Na mama Arthur. Okawan okwaranira bwerere bokateka ku ngudo ze Uganda ezirimu potholes. I saw it na ye. Doesn't look nice at all. I think that the Prius would actually manage properly, but then the Prius would manage very well. And I'm still considering the Prius by the way, or a Fielder hybrid. Finally, I think finally I got a hybrid that I'm going to rent. I think I should get it on Monday. Maybe like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because now when Jifuna I don't really move that much during the weekend. So I think I'm going to go and get that car from the owner on Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. Then I'll give you a report. The hybrid. But I'm thinking chances are high that it's a Fielder. And if it works out, because the person I'm getting it from is actually a trader. And if it works out, I might actually just take that Fielder. Hell, on a Spacio new model and Raum new model at 18 budget, what would you recommend? Kazoba, now, this is something that you need to understand. 18 million gets you a fairly new Raum, because Raum is often a Bobanga ofunyo mixo, sort of an BH, BK, sometimes even newer with the Raum new model. But with the Spacio 18 million, ogenda funa USZD, UBA, tosoka onyawo. Uchitegera, we suke nye genda kubambi BBB. Uchitegera, nenga ate mu Raum you get a fairly new waka, atera ofuna lukumulu nana shuad deal, assured. So I would say, look for a Raum new model. Spacio is overpriced. Spacio is definitely overpriced. JFK Arts, good morning. Antonia Agambe, do we have anyone? Omukugumbyo buwangwa nakwogedde kodda. And Joshua, I don't really think people sell the Alphard because of the maintenance. Someone goes nagura Alphard yo million asatu mu mukaaga, okay? Najivuga because most people that buy those Alphards kubana abaguleza waka, because abaguleza waka bazitunda because of fuel consumption. But most of the people that I know that have bought Alphards, they have bought them for business. Atebi selling bazigura for short-term business. So this person buys the Alphard neikoro mulimu gwayo gwe inokola nemara yenekola sente zayo kati natukanga they don't need the Alphard anymore and they decide to sell it. And normally they sell it at 80% the value they bought it. Kategwe mulio borowoza amba agitunze raisi. Nenge moroke eba yakola sente zayo nga yazimara yo. Like I know a gentleman here that does shuttle. Kumpi buli mwaka achusa Alphard. Na ya ajigulogo mwaka na ajikwesa business because the people that hire him want to hire a car that is in the best condition. So he drives Alphards. Each year he changes an Alphard. Each year he changes. So I found that at least half of the people that I know that have been driving Alphards drive them for that. Now the other category of people that I know that drive Alphards and sell them, we must tunda Alphard taddamu Alphard because Alphard yeyo with bad maintenance engine yefamangu. Wachitegere chamuka ingini nojisanga ngabo olaba ingini zaka undo bweziberezo bilibina wachitegera, but the maintenance is literally the same. Kujja ko fuel consumption yali badenzi buzibumu wachitegera, but I find that Alphard, especially if you buy a 2.4 liter nafu ingini ebera nafu ku motoka, so jja kwesanga nti ingini eko wamangu ne kufaako wachitegera and nsubuga kye kiriwo. Chris Fitness Lubulu kye kiriwo. Ronald Muchwa Saith Kagaba, Achida Benjamin Omoda. After how long does it take to transfer? Give it a week or two. Because network you are all vako. It can even take a day. Like they submit it today and that very day, but give it 2 weeks just to have peace of mind. Yeah. Chris Da Vinci, good morning. So you are supposed to take left turn and go down to Queensway Clock Tower. Awo kiba kikulidde oyina kudda ku gundi kunkuruma weyoke wali nga bwenzize. But I had people talk about Nasa Road. Hey, what did you? Good morning, Heath Moses. I was given an express penalty ticket, and if given an opportunity, I can contest it because it was right in front of a security camera. However, police hasn't provided that option. So annoying. I have a netball academy around Nakawa, and the problem that shorts my attention is transportation and feeding of players. How can I go with that? I think the problem that you people in the sports have is the same problem we have in the performing arts. And that's the reason why I'm studying marketing. And my research for my master's is going to be on performing arts marketing. Ne PhD yange, my study is going to be on the same thing. Nabagambye, my goal is PhD by 42. Which take the PhD by 42. Now, however much literally the biggest reason why I'm getting a PhD is to be called a doctor. I'm actually going to do my PhD on something that impacts the country. So I'm interested in particularly the performing arts, and my interest is mostly in the performing arts marketing. And I find that the sports, the challenge that you have is the same challenge we have nafe more performing arts. And one way that you could probably deal with that is when you go to countries like Europe. Like recently, I'm trying to create a collaboration with an American company, and we are working on a project, on a proposal, and we submitted it to the US embassy. But they're not funding the Ugandan company; they are funding the American company to come and create collaborations with the Ugandan company. And when you look at the objectives of these funds that the US embassy does, those funds are meant to create like cooperations with foreign companies, but also for the US government to get intel on what is happening in the countries where the collaborations are happening. So for example, if an American company works with my company, it means that now they have known how we do our work in Uganda. Now they send back a report to the American government. So American government we funding into Uganda. They don't just fund it because they are good-hearted or anything. For them, they fund those things tabs to keep tabs on us. So that if there is anything that we are doing in Uganda, that's how you see that Americans know everything that is going on. Into we never funding a health center in Namayumba, never collaborating any other mukole mizanyo ochitegira and stuff like that. That means that they can get information they would not otherwise get from the government. So, but the Ugandan government doesn't have things like that. The Ugandan government doesn't have things like that. The Ugandan government doesn't have things like that, and I find that bafirwa. So, but how do you go about that? So now there's something that they call crowdfunding. I know that you have that problem in transportation. I don't know if your academy people pay. And I don't know what pricing strategy you went about in coming up with your prices for your netball academy. But if you have a netball academy, of course, the first thing that we do for marketing is use business models. If you said every single you go to do marketing, no sanganga, that has already been taken care of and all the math is figured out. But if in case the math is not figured out, if this is your academy, you first need to sit down and do the math and figure out when do you break even, how much do you need to make in order to be able to cover all these expenses, and then you price according to that, and then you market properly. Always make sure you have a marketing budget, by the way. And then you can create partnerships for transportation. You can create partnerships with someone that needs to be marketed, and probably then they are brand sponsors. That's how some people get deals. For example, abantu abakole ebivulu now, and you see that they are sponsored by Pepsi. Pepsi sometimes doesn't even give them money, it gives them soda. It's sponsored by Movit. Sometimes Movit doesn't even give them money. Movit gives them you find that Movit gives them bizigo. So there are so many ways that you can get funding, or you can get support for things like that. You can just decide to get partnerships with companies. Some companies have CSR. You can go through CSR activities or CSR budgets. MTN has CSR, Airtel does the same. Babane, where they help people. So and of course it's not a shaming for you to go and ask for help. You could decide to get organization to sponsor some of the students boina mu netball academy yo no manya tukatubeba sponsoring and maybe temutuwa sente mutuwe transportation and so many ways that you could do that, but that's something I'm still working on in my research. Kagaba, my permit expired in 2019. I'm out of the country. Is it true that I have to go through the training process to renew? Not all the time, but 2019 is quite far. 2019 voila, that's more than 6 years. You may have to go through training, by the way. I'm going to research for that. Good morning, Benjamin, Ronald Muchwa. Thank you guys. Like the broadcast, you guys are 49, we have only 21 likes. A simple like wouldn't hurt my fellow streamers. Our brothers labors to give us free advice. The least we can do is like his broadcast. Thank you, Heath Moses. But guys, like the broadcast. You guys are now 51. Like the broadcast. After I want a G2 in 2000 model. For kusubula. How much for it? For kusubula? Waliomoroka enzibuzo kusubula kati. Waliomoroka enzibuzo kusubula. And tomorrow ngenda kubanja ogenda kubyo kusubula. Tomorrow in the live broadcast in the evening, I'll be talking about car flipping, over car trading, over car buying and reselling. Yeah. Adrian Williams, Paul Mwesigwa. What is the current price for a new fielder? Tell mu million nga asatu mutano lowoza. Cash money between 33 to 35 depending on where you buy and the condition, of course. Akalungi million 8 ku 10 na yanti abata subudde Antonio. Million 8 bogula jitwalingo bato gisubudde gogenda jiguzani. Next month fuel will bill 7,000. It might not get to 7,000. Joshua, million 8 jitwaling, it doesn't matter what jitwaling bato subudde. Ochitegera Seth Kagawa, you will have to go through testing before you renew. Ochiwulidde Seth SPK driving school akuzemu ekintu ekiri updated. Egweje myaka mukaga miyitirivu. Gisukkamu, tegisukkamu. Parliament approved tax increase. Naye bagamba it's only like 100 shillings. It can't get us there. Ashim tin staff, Tai Omwav, what exact question do you have? I think I've answered the tin. Salekaziwe, good morning. PhD by 42 years. PhD by 42 years. What do they do to lift patios and rooms a bit? You can put spacers, but the best thing is for you to buy after market springs. Arthur, thank you for always telling us the truth. Amen, John Mary. Sebugwao Medi. Arthur, someone asked me a question. He has 50 million. He says he will come with that money, 50 million, or he buys 2 chigeges in that money. That's also possible, but the best thing for you to do as a strategy, don't put both feet. If you chokula chigege bili million atano, kwata ko million asatu gula ko chigege mwegende kukube ekole yegule endala. Uchegede. Osigazemu akasente oleme kubeera nga ate chigege kati zotunulidde. Kuba chigege million asatu ate beera better than chigege 2.25. What happens if I don't file income tax but I'm keeping records? Actually, you'll be fined. What happens if you don't file income tax? URA decides what tax you should pay. The thing about filing tax is you informing URA, but that you know, guys, this year I did not make any money, and then you don't pay. But if you don't file, you're just giving URA. You're giving URA a chance to decide how much you made. Because URA can say, oh no, guy, last year I million 10, neguno maka akoze 10 oba 12. Wani bagamba, you know what? This guy last year akola 10 million. This year take kuba akoze 12 kati atuwebe ziti. So that's the essence of you filing income tax. Football Tribe, good morning. Brian Buire, good morning. Murunji, Nathan, Amina, Saleh. Any knowledge about prudential insurance? How does it work? Prudential? Is that the thing where I have my sons thing? Where I save money for them? Me, I have the kids thing. Baba Jita pre-edusave. I put some money aside for my sons every month. I did a 9-year thingy. So in 9 years, I'll get my money out. I can't say I know anything. Fena experience, but there is someone here who got some money. Was it was it ani someone here yatugamba yafuna sente ya saving for 5 years ne bazimuwa bulungi sente ze. Joseph Bali Kudembe, Arthur Ipsam Chibina G2 Mark to Musota, are they in the same length and width? No, Mark to Musota is the longest. Then Nekudako, I think G2 Ipsam Zenkan is in the Zenkan and Kane Musota and Pamvu. I see some cars almost every day on Entebbe Road, and another is a newer white. They don't have number plates. And plains over Bazi Banga in a police reference for that. Ochtegera. Because driving there, meaning you should be having an international license. After I had some rumors that Umeme contract will be renewed and electricity prices might go low. They should be low already. They should be low. But let's wait and see. Ben Kako, good morning. Sadeka's Mr. Arthur, is it true that they are going to add 500 shilling on each kilo of building materials? Yes, in the new pricing. We buy 500 shillings. But yes, it doesn't really give us, that doesn't increase. When the cement meaning cement is going to be, it can't be 60k. Not to be tired of it, to a pack of 60k. Cement katuwa mtuwa rungesa tu chitungu esatu kanana. Walu no wesa tu ebidi. Ichite kizamugenda kwa yongera mwe nkumi ngasatu. Spacers and bushes can lift it well. Me, I find that the best thing is to use aftermarket springs. That's the thing that I use for the Corolla. Actually, nasoka nitekamu springs, nitekamu spacers, neba nga mpavu nye singa kaundo, netujamu spacers, nitekamu springs. Muliindwa Gonzaga, good morning. Mine expired in 2016. I'm outside Uganda, but with a Canadian driver's license. Do I need a Ugandan license in case I'm to drive within Uganda? If you're going to be here for short term, you just, I think, SPK to advising. Would you recommend a Subaru Impreza? Yeah, Subarus are Toyotas. Arthur, I met a G-Touring for kusubula business. Not car flipping. G-Touring kata umunana kumi nga weba gambi. Munana kumi. Nunji, what's the price of aftermarket springs? Bala mitwalo kale etano buli spring je mitwalo abiri. Then neleba wa mitwalo ngesatu. Mitwalo abiri mwesatu to put them there. Aleba mbalile mitwalo etano because like the shock zo mass so I know zitwala bazisumulile kuchumba. That's the best way to install them. Then ezema because ubateka you on take. HHI it's called presumptive tax. Do we file income tax monthly or annually? Annually says. Like you file provisionals in December, then you file finals in June. Like now, in June, me, I'm going to file my final. The baita final. He's looking for a G2 to use as in business. Mazene 8 million or 10 million. How is digital number plate? Simanye kubasi nazigira. JK, good morning. Bana kambasibule. Unumwara gwensidi so gendoli nyabas alimu kunkubira message nziraba wano. So I have to call her. Question Friday. If you have any other question right now, this is the time to put it here. So we're kuchidam. Naenga bwemba sibula. Thank you very much for the broadcast. Tomorrow on the live broadcast at 5:15 p.m. That's in the evening. We are going to be talking about car flipping as a business. Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about in the evening. I have some tips to share. I have some knowledge and probably some things that you may not want to hear, but then you have to hear. That's in the evening tomorrow. Antonio Random Things, Africa Kalrota, Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm, Uyombia Mark, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Golden Bears, Naguru Netball Academy Media, Tusime Medi, Hashim Hasmat, Nathan, Travel Life Vlog, Vinny Katz, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Paul Semakuto, Nicholas, Vinny Katz, Saith Kagaba, SPK, Driving School, Sebogwao Medi, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Kazoba BL, JFK at Sozi Nathan, Andrew Subuga, Chris Fitness Rubura, Ronald Muchwa, Saith Kagaba, Acheda Benjamin Omoda, David Sembatia, Sozi, Chris Da Vinci. It must have been Chris Da Vinci yatugamanti yateka yosendeze mu Prudential nazifuna zona after 5 years. And by the time when nazisayo, I just decided that, you know what, 200,000 zosobola okujira ziwe omwana okitegeera buli mwezi because eje mitwalo abiri ogira bafa bavuge moroka osobola ogamba nti emitwalo 2 gy'owaayo ku mwana is a lot of money every month naye emitwalo 2 wa boda akugwamu n'ozifulumya there and then. So I find that for you to save that money for your child, ziteekeyo zeerabira omanye nti ne bwe bakuddiza ze wawaayo zokka ne batakuwa magoba osigala oyita okitegeera osigala oyita kuba that money abantu abamu bazispending abazinywa omwenge every night kati obanga zoteerayo buli mwana buli mwezi. It's something that is very simple. Heath Moses, Joshua Kalule, Kagoda Benjamin, Hashim, Adrian Williams, Paul Mwesigwa, SPK Driving School. Bana SPK Driving School erikanyanya kugaza waliwo akazimba kali kugazi kakalina SPK Driving School weri mugende mumuwe ebintu bya permit kuyiga kuvuga driving school agina actually ne moroka jogendo yigiramu nze naji inspectinga masavu busavu sebugwawo Medi Lucky Moze Tai Omwavu Saleka Zibwe Balvids Chirunji John Mary Brian Bwire Football Tribe Victor Bolaise Jerome, Edwin Mugerwa, Todi Ronald, Ben Kako, Mlindwa Gonza, Gakabali Moses, Council Patrick Asiku, Bani Council, Go Buranyo. Arthur, what is the market price of a Toyota Spacio right now? Toyota Spacio prices have never gone down. That's why I don't recommend it for anyone. It's overpriced. It's overpriced. There are other alternatives that I would recommend, but like if you buy a Spacio UBG, you're giving it to you at the price where you can buy a Paso Sete from the bond, you can get a Ractis from the bond. Nenga ate zeba kuguzamu Spacio itambulidde ddala bange eriwera. No, I don't recommend it. After I have a TIN number but no business in Uganda, do I have to file returns? If your TIN number mutini yo waba wandika konti, it's you need to pay income tax, then you need to file returns. That's why you need to be very important as your tin is being opened. Abamu kati trick je bakozesa eriemu nti when they are opening their tins bagamba I'm a peasant ye mulimi oli atakola yadde ekikumi. But then the question will come is, a peasant, how do you afford to buy a car and fuel it every day? A peasant, how do you afford to buy titled land? Peasants baba suza kitegedde baba. So ideally buli muntu alina tin number bagenda kukakola income tax. Omeja Moses, good morning. Kizito Patrick, good morning. I think, Arthur, to be safe in business in Uganda, you need to hire an accountant. Yes, me, I have an accountant. I told you how you are forced us to start charging VAT mu business yange. So now we have to file for VAT every month. Buli mwezi kati all the services nabagenda okujja kusoma digital marketing ewange. The business charges VAT. But we were forced to do that. But kati ate tunakola ki government je tulina. Bo abanga omusoro guba yinze targets za bana bajja zifuje ate bana akakaba customer okujja. Okitegera ate akaza tugenda kujja tusike ba customer ku matuntu jangu. Okitegera. If I'm working, being paid every month, do I have... No. Fred, a life stories, this is the difference. There are people that have TIN numbers. Ngagosasura pay as you earn. Pay as you earn, pay as don't pay income tax. Okitegedde. Ida go to filing returns. Kubagwe, buli mwezi sende zo ziba zigenda here. There is a law says Kagawa to being VAT registered, but things in Uganda don't work like that. Okitegedde. In Uganda buli omu akola kyayagala. So URA can decide to force you. But what happens is they deregister you after some time. Of course, now they deregister you after auditing your books. So they'll come and audit. If it's that, so me, I'm giving them that chance. I'll continue doing that every... The thing with VAT is that now you have an added expense of actually paying an accountant every month. Which I recommend SPK Driving School. I'm working with them soon. Amina. So says, yes, there is a law, but in Uganda, the law doesn't work the way we expect it to work. That's why we batacha agenda ku police, kubata agenda funa yobuyambi. And the police has to work on that. That's a PR thing. They have to work on that. Nange mwenyini bwe banzi bakati ku police nonya yoki. Mpoze ogenda ku police kubeera official. Senga basanga ebintu ebyabiddwa nga biri ku crime scene baleme kunonako. kuba bajja kusanga national ID ku crime scene naye ng'ate baagibba. Kati ogenda kufayiringa ku police ku lopa nti babbye ne national ID yange mu bintu bye babbye. So that senga national ID esangibwa ku crime scene ogamba abayi nagenda ku police ne ndopa nti ebintu byange babibba. You get it? Yeah. Anyway guys, kambasibule. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I wish you a very lovely day. May God bless you. Ciao, 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 ciao.